speaker this morning has been going to the YMCA, like he said he would, about 3 times a week. Today, speaking for 5 to 7 minutes, he will be revisiting an issue he has discussed before. The title of his speech is, How I Pledge Allegiance. Please help me welcome David Plumb.
Toastmasters, welcome guests, Ben and Skylar. Nice to have you with us for the first and second or third time. Hope you're having a good time enjoying Toastmasters again as visitors. Revisit an issue, yes. How I Pledge Allegiance. This goes back quite a lot of years. Some of you may remember the details of the time and some of the people involved at the time. You may have noticed that I usually stand respectfully and quietly during the Pledge of Allegiance at our Toastmasters meetings. You may have wondered why that is. I hope that I can share some of my thinking and stimulate some discussion. And I know we all have opinions about a lot of different things, and I think that this is one that we really need to revisit. At the time that we discussed it previously, part of the situation that was current was the Newdow case that eventually went to the Supreme Court, where a father named Newdow objected to the fact that his son was forced to say the Pledge of Allegiance, which included under God, in his school class. Now, unfortunately, this is not the best case to have taken to the court, because Mr. Newdow did not have full custody of his child, and lots of things came up so that he was really not a qualified person to be bringing this case. And whether this will be revisited or not, we shall see as far as what may happen in the country. However, with all the recent to-do with the national anthem and how we respond to that, and I have a tentative speech which would be Francis Scott Key and me, because the part of our family legend is that we are related to him. And sometime I want to talk about the full meaning of the national anthem and why it arose. And I think that that will be an interesting discussion that we need to have too. As I prepared for this just last night, unfortunately, I got a rather lengthy and very well thought through thing from a former conference minister, which is kind of like a bishop in our United Church of Christ, Bill Caseman by name, who posted a very thoughtful thing, and I'm going to conclude with his conclusion here in a moment. I do think that it would be well for us to examine, and as I explained in my first time, how my allegiance really is to my family and to my God and to my faith and to my friends, and that anything that resembled the idolatry of the flag was really not appropriate for pledging my allegiance at that particular time. I had suggested at that time that we discontinue saying the Pledge of Allegiance. There was a lot of controversy. One person left the club even though we decided eventually to keep the Pledge of Allegiance, but he was so upset that we even were discussing it that he decided, and some of the old timers are nodding their heads remembering that issue. And another person, I'm just going to mention Dick Youngquist by name because we went round and round about a lot of things. And he actually, in constant violation of the flag code, or an American flag with a cross on top of the flag. He thought that was pretty cool. And actually, I think I was never able to actually persuade him of the fact that I was in violation of the flag code to use it as jewelry with another emblem on top of it. Love Dick. I had a posting from a friend on Facebook the other day, whose name is Vicky Nicole, and she wrote, as a human being, I will love and respect anyone who chooses to kneel during the national anthem, and anyone who chooses to stand during the national anthem. I will not, however, choose to honor and worship an inanimate object over a fellow human soul. She wrote, as a person who served in the armed forces 1983 to 1989. That's my friend Vicki Nicole. And in talking about the huge demonstrations that are involved with the presentation of the flag and the militaristic nature of it as it has developed, my friend Bill notes that the next time I'm in a public place and the national anthem production is carried out, I believe I will remain seated with my head hanging in grief for what the flag of these United States now represents to me. I will bring a motion next week, Mr. President. I will stimulate discussion, and I will continue to pledge of allegiance by sitting quietly, bowing my head in grief, and I invite you to the discussion. And this